Next up is Boston in our cavalcade, where capacity crowd sees the NBA championship struggle between the St. Louis Hawks and the Boston Celtics. This is the second game of the World Championship Series. The Celtics went on to win the title in the seventh and final game, 125-123, 31-22. Jack Nicholls on the far side. Off the rim, and Cliff Hagan rebounds for the Hawks. McMahon across the line. Over to Martin, and into Scher for a pretty hook. These boys are the best of the pros. McMahon screens for Coleman. No good, and it's Boston's ball. That's Bob Cousy, and he's red hot tonight. Nice shooting. Once more, Cousy looking things over. Watch them feed Big Bill Russell. Russell in the pivot. Scher blocks him the first time, but not the second. And the Celtics lead 62-43. Here we go in the second half. St. Louis in possession. Heinsohn intercepts, and watch him and Bob Cousy take it away. The champs of the Eastern Division are tough to beat. There's Sharman on the far side. And now Cousy. Watch this pretty one-hander. Swish. Herb Morris of St. Louis. The pass is to Scher. He wheels and deals. Cousy brings it back for Boston. Across court to Loskitov. He doesn't miss. Bob Pettit holds it up for the Hawks. Now Morris, Hagan, and Morris shooting, and Irv has a basket. The Celtics now with a nice cushion. Cousy's shot rims the basket, and Scher rebounds. A long pass down to Morris, and he hits. St. Louis ball. They're a battling ball club. There's trouble under the hoop, and here come the Celtics again. Cousy's try is off, but Grison's there to score. Again, St. Louis fighting hard to stay in this contest. Once more, it's Boston's ball, and a long pass to Cousy for the basket as the Celtics go on to become the NBA champions. It's the fifth game of the Major League playoff, each team having won two. St. Louis wearing the dark jerseys, and they grab that tap. Jack McMahon, number 21, over to Slater Martin. Back to McMahon, over to Cliff Hagan. He makes good on the rebound. Now the Boston Celtics, the Eastern Divisional champs. Bill Sharman with the beauty of a jump shot. Again, the Hawks. That's Hagan with the ball. Pretty. Frank Ramsey brings it back for the Celtics. To Tom Heinsohn, whose shot bounces off the rim, and the Hawks take over. McMahon to Pettit for the bucket. 58-43, the Hawks lead as we move into the second half. It's St. Louis ball. Pettit's jumper is off, and Jack Nicholls rebounds for Boston. Bob Cousy across the line. Back to Ramsey. It's in there. That's Cliff Hagan, number 16. A beautiful bounce pass to Slater Martin, and there's 2 more points for the Hawks. You can't beat this brand of basketball. The 2 top professional teams in the world. That's Frank Ramsey going for the ball and getting the bucket. Slater Martin brings the ball up for the Hawks, who have things just about wrapped up. Leading by 4 points with just a few seconds to go, St. Louis beats Boston in this one 102-100 and go on to win the National Basketball Association Championship 4 games to 2.
The first game in an exciting National Basketball Association doubleheader in Detroit's Olympia matches the St. Louis Hawks against the Minneapolis Lakers. The Lakers, coached by John Kundla, are finding the going just a little rough this year, but the sensational play of rookie Elgin Baylor on the right gives them high hopes for the future. Easy Ed McCauley, no newcomer to St. Louis basketball fans, has his club way out in front in the Western Division. Bob Pettit, a big reason for St. Louis's success, is probably the greatest scorer in the game today. St. Louis has the ball in the first period. Cliff Hagan drives across, then throws up a hook shot. Vern Mickelson clears the boards for Minneapolis, and here come the Lakers. Bob Leonard, Elgin Baylor. Elgin can't go underneath, so he whirls and whips in a hook shot to even things for Minneapolis. It's touch and go when these clubs are on. Jack McMahon feeds the pivot, and Big Bob Pettit banks one through for two. Minneapolis works the ball to try to slow down the pace. Elgin Baylor drives underneath, but he gets a hip from Big Chuck Scher, and Elgin is fouled. The Lakers watch closely as Baylor steadies himself. Elgin hits on the first of two. Baylor's second shot goes astray, but Vern Mickelson snatches it, jumps, and the Lakers take a 15-13 lead. The Hawks begin to show their all-around strength. Bob Pettit shoots from long range this time, and Mr. Pettit is perfect as the Hawks start to pull out in front. Number 50, Ed Fleming, dribbles to the corner, then passes to Leonard. Leonard to Baylor, and watch Elgin fake twice and then score on a jump shot. Bob Pettit fires the length of the court to Jack McMahon. Jack goes in all alone for another Hawk basket. Lakers have it again as Cliff Hagan dribbles to the foul line and screens for Clyde Lovellette. Clyde can't miss from outside the key as the St. Louis Hawks lead the Lakers 60-46 at halftime. A major factor in the ball game thus far has been the effective guarding of Elgin Baylor, the Lakers' prolific point maker. The pattern, it's the Hawks again as they crack. Not even efforts like this by Elgin Baylor can hold back the Hawks. Elgin's jump shot makes it 80-60 St. Louis. Jack McMahon does some directing this time. Jack gets everyone in place and then swishes a two-hander from way out. The Lakers bring the ball in from the side. The Lakers are onlookers. Near the end of the game, Fleming passes to Baylor. Elgin gets off his favorite shot, but it's too late to rally, and Coach Johnny Kundla is sad on the sideline. Cy Green passes to Hubert Reed, but Reed misses as the buzzer sounds, ending the game. The St. Louis Hawks have a lopsided victory over the Minneapolis Lakers 120-96 to continue their runaway in the Western Division of the NBA. 26 points by Bob Pettit takes the high-scoring honors for the evening.
In 1954, the magnificent Iwo Jima Memorial was dedicated near Arlington National Cemetery in memory of all the gallant United States Marines who had fought so bravely and so well. President Eisenhower honored God Bless America composer Irving Berlin for his contributions to America. And all the world paid homage in 1954 to a young medical student from Oxford, England, Roger Bannister, who became the first human to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. 1954, a year of honor and great achievement. Bob Pettit's achievements in 1954 and thereafter became legendary as slender number 9, the Hawks' first draft choice in 1954, turned the Hawks from an also-ran into a contender, and then into the best in basketball, champions of the NBA. Pettit and St. Louis basketball were like peaches and cream. They belonged together. Pettit made the Hawks and St. Louis big time in basketball. In 3 years, he had them in the NBA final against the Boston Celtics of Cousy and Russell. They lost, but people now knew what Pettit and the Hawks were all about. Pettit's name and a product in St. Louis could sell the proverbial icebox to an Eskimo. In 1958, he led the Hawks back to face the Celtics once again. The unbeatable Celtics. Number 9, Pettit, passing to playmaker Slater Martin. 6 games, St. Louis leading in the series 3-2. Here, Cliff Hagan passes to Big Charlie Scher for a St. Louis score. Now Bob Pettit scores on his way to a record-breaking night. Here's Pettit scoring again. Pettit follows with this fine assist to Cliff Hagan, another St. Louis All-Star. All night long, Pettit hit the shot that kept the Hawks out in front. With seconds remaining, Bill Sharman brought the Celtics within one at 110 to 109. But the Hawks took the ball out, and Slater Martin put on a show as he dribbled away the clock. Easy Ed McCauley almost tossed the ball through the roof as the final buzzer sounded. The St. Louis Hawks were champions of the world. Pettit had hit on 19 of his 34 shots. He scored 19 points in the crucial final period for a game total of 50, a new NBA playoff record. Bob Pettit, an all-time All-Star.